Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment. Now, passes, everything is perfect now.
I know it
Somehow.
is. I fixed it.
Somehow it is. Big up everybody that is here. Newcastle humbled at the St. James's Park, right? And Arsenal face Chelsea tomorrow. Manchester City now are going to go to Wembley. I actually think that there is no hope for Newcastle to turn this around. Were Man City robbed? Actually, a lot of people are saying they were robbed of a goal in this tie that should have been done and dusted. Big up everybody that is here. Hit that like button, guys. If you guys are here, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are absolutely new. So I want to know what you guys think. We got Ram, we got Paz, we got Ash actually supporting Newcastle right here. Who watched the game first?
How fun! I watched the second half of it.
Ram?
Okay.
I watched the full thing. Me and Drifter did a watch along.
You did a watch along. Did you guys think that Man City were robbed?
No. They've been robbing the league for years.
But did you don't think that was a robbery?
They've been robbing the league for years.
Well, look, I don't think. I think it should have been a goal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm a Liverpool fan, and I'm gonna do what about isms, and I'm saying what happened to Robertson. Similar situation. Both of them are wrong. Both of them, in my opinion, should have been a goal. But I think your justice was served at the end when they got their second.
Yeah, so I sit in a weird fence here because I think it was a goal. I think for how long VAR took, 5 minutes for that was an absolute joke. The only thing that I would say that we could potentially be classed as us being robbed was the fact Semenyo was being allowed to play in this tie. That's the only bit where I sit on the fence. Is I don't like that rule. I said that way before this game happened. I said it when it came in, because it benefits the likes of the best teams being able to buy the best players. So, but it is what it is. But
you buy the best players.
We can literally Eddie Howe said we can't buy a marquee signing.
You got Livramento. You actually snatched the best players.
Yeah,
you
we
got
can't buy them in
Tonali from
January.
Milan. Bro, what is this? You got
anyone else coming at that?
Hold on. You got Harvey Barnes from Leicester City, Anthony Gordon from Everton, Voltemada. You snatched him.
Elanga
from Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
No.
Do you know what you're doing? You just listen to loads of players that we bought in the summer.
You know what? I'm gonna back you, Ash. Yeah, because this guy had the nerve to start talking about Bayern Munich when their owner made a full-on statement, being like, "I'm so glad Stuttgart were able to find an idiot to pay 80 million euros for a player like that." The cheek for you to say Bayern Munich, Mo. The cheek, the absolute cheek. Yeah, bro.
But they overspent on Voltemada.
That's not what you.
What do you mean we overspent on Voldemort?
Okay, they paid over
the
asking.
Break down what you mean by that, because I'm assuming you're not talking anything about.
I'm gonna tell you. If a club is negotiating, let me give you an example. A club is negotiating, for example, for a Martinelli, right? And Arsenal saying, "Yeah, we're gonna sell Martinelli," and then comes Real Madrid or comes Barcelona or come everybody and say, "Yeah, we value this player at 60 million. This is what we want. The player is ready to go." Then comes a club and pays 100 million for him. That's basically you're outspending the likes of Bayern, who did not value the player that much. It's as simple as that. They overspent.
What they buy and value him at?
I don't know how much Newcastle bought him for. How much?
It was at Stuttgart. We bought him for, I think it was 68 million pounds or something like that. It was it wasn't a crazy amount, but yes, we are paying a tax, because at the end of the day, every single club out there knew full well that we were selling Isak for the price that we sold him for 130 million. So of course, every single club's going to be trying to negotiate more value, but we need to. If we're selling, we sold Isak. We got rid of Callum Wilson. We need to buy 2 strikers. Wissa, we bought for 50 million pounds. They valued him at 50 million euros. What 50 euros? What for Voltemada? I think. Look, he was a very bright and promising talent, and I don't think we got ripped off at all. To be fair, for the price of him, like I wasn't bothered about how much we paid for him. But it is what it is. Like I said, I think. For me, like I said, the ruling is the only thing that I don't like, is because it really helps teams in January. Because I'm sorry, I can't buy. Newcastle cannot go out and buy a marquee signing that's worth 65 million pounds in January. We just can't. Like Eddie Howe's already come out and even stated that. Whereas
why you cannot?
PSR, we can't. We literally had to sell our best players. We've had to sell like Anderson, Minter. We've had to sell these players because we can't afford this. Like. Eddie Howe already came out in a press conference and said we can't buy a marquee signing this January because it'll mean that we won't be able to buy or spend more in the summer. It's just the way it goes, but like it's just the way clubs make money with PSR. That's not a problem. I don't have an issue in that. I just have an issue in the fact that it's a problem that affects January, which can lead to, like, imagine if it wasn't Newcastle, it was Wolves versus Man City. Wolves will not be able to buy someone at the likes of Semenyo, like, to bring them in, whereas Man City can. That's where
because you are not as big as Man City.
No, exactly. But that's why they shouldn't be bringing in a rule. And you don't make the same
money as Man City.
Yeah, but they shouldn't bring a rule that then supports a big club halfway through the season, like that would affect the club in a competition.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like you think Semenyo should not have been able to play in the cup semi-final?
Yes, because before this year, that wasn't allowed. The rule was only changed this year.
If you play, okay, I think it's unfair for the player.
What, to be cupped? What do you mean? He played for a club that got knocked out of the competition.
And another club bought him, and they paid the money for him. They should be able to use the guy.
What the specific rule is that you're unhappy with?
Right. So basically, you can't. Before, you couldn't be cup tied. You could be cup tied. So if Semenyo played for Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup last season. If Man City bought him last season, he couldn't then play for Man City because he already played.
I hadn't even heard of that rule, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. So that rule's always been a thing. They've changed it.
I knew you were cup tied. I didn't know they took that away, though.
Yeah, they changed it this season. That's why Semenyo could play.
And he didn't lose because of Semenyo.
I mean, he scored the goal.
He scored the first goal. He scored the first goal.
What are we saying
Technically
here?
scored the second goal. The third goal was created by him. Like, all of it was because of Semenyo, to be honest. Like, he was the reason that they ended up scoring the third goal. It's like,
I mean,
Man City were the better team by far. Like, I don't want to take that away from the performance because they were. But I think just for me, these rules just, I guess, for me, it's just a strongman thing.
I do thank God for some of these rules because they're what's stopping Newcastle from buying the entire world. It's actually, if it wasn't for PSR, we'd all be in hell. That's
actually true, and nobody wants to talk about this. Like, Newcastle have the financial capacity to actually be able, to buy anyone.
I actually don't think man actually get it. They can buy the whole world. I actually don't think man actually get what type of bread they're dealing with over there. The bread is, I don't think it's countable, the type of bread that they got over there. So PSR, all these rules are saving all of our lives, and I thank God. Even Man City to an extent.
It is, but I do think it's a good thing though. Like I understand why it's there because if say Newcastle, if the PIF and everything just decided to leave, the next club owners would be stuck because imagine if we had the likes of Mbappe, Messi, just every single best player in the world. Obviously, it's not financially viable for a normal owner. So I understand. Like I'm all for PSR in that way, but. Yeah, it's made us sell like our best players, like the likes of like Elliot Anderson, that I would do anything to bring him back.
And you bought, okay, here's the thing, Newcastle fans, and I'm being honest, Newcastle fans, you guys complain a lot, yet you bought some of the best players out there. The likes of Svitten Botman, Livramento, you got Lewis Hall, you got...
all these players you're talking that cost us like £30 million.
But that's a lot of them. You built a whole new team.
Like your 11 is full up of like the teams outside of the top 6 best players.
Yeah, Jacob Murphy, Eddie Howe made him.
Why are you not mentioning when you bought Nick Pope out of Burnley? You got Nick Pope
for £10 million.
But you got him right from Burnley. He chose your club because your club was in a better place. Lewis Hall, Livramento, Sven Botman.
Lewis Hall only came to us because he got pushed out of the Chelsea squad. He got pushed out.
You were able to buy him, right? You were able to buy Bruno G, Tonali, Voltemada, Wissa. You spent on the attack only this window over 100 million on 2 strikers only.
But we had to.
On the attack, guys. Man, I'm gonna tell you, Newcastle last summer spent on the attack close to 170 million. You spent on the Elanga. You spent on Voltemara, you spent on Wissa close to 160, 170 million. That is a lot of freaking money that a lot of clubs can't afford.
Of course, I didn't say that. I didn't say that we're not in a bad position, but obviously we've spent that much because we've sold the likes of Isak. We didn't have Callum Wilson, so we wouldn't have actually had a striker.
It's your fault that you sold Isak. Again, you couldn't handle the player, and you sold Isak. You couldn't handle Isak.
Well, yeah, we didn't have a sporting director we got rid of a sporting director 2 years in a row.
You couldn't handle Alexander Isak, and that was it.
No, that I'm saying. I think to a point it's fair because PSR stopped us from being able to, I guess, become the club that we want to be, which is why he's left. And I've always said this. I have no ill will against the fact that Isak wanting to go to Liverpool because Liverpool, they just won the Premier League. The players that they bought with Isak and Wirtz, you would think they're probably going to win the Prem this season.
I want to ask you something about this game since you're a Newcastle fan, right? Which relates to the league. Forget the cup is the cup, right? Do we watch this game and think this Manchester City is the strongest team in the league? Is the strongest team? Is someone that can win the league or can win the Champions League? You're a Newcastle fan. You're watching this. You saw Wissa miss a 1-on-1. You saw your team miss a lot of chances, by the way. And you think that this City team, how strong is this City team in your opinion?
Well, the thing is, right, their defense was lacking today. Today, they didn't have their strongest defense out clearly. I think that when the thing is, right, with City, they're a team that can score many goals. it's always been a problem with their defense. However, they've strengthened their defense since the start of the season. So they do have the ability to win the championship or Champions League 100%. But yeah, they of course, like I said, the likes of bringing in Semenyo, he's a needle mover. He could potentially help them with the Champions League. You've got to remember, like, they've just came to ours and beat us 2-0. Probably was going to be 3-0. We just beat them 2-1 at ours not long ago. So they are improving. They're only going to get better as the season goes along. And
guarantee.
Well, I mean, it might not do, but the thing is, you've got to think, right. The four players that they had there back is not their starters. Like, they had Nunes, Khrushchev, flipping the Eleni guy, and
I think that more speaks to how kind of shit you lot are rather than like how good they are.
Oh no, of course. Like Wissa's been out with the whole season from being injured. Like, he was lacking confidence today. You can clearly tell.
A better team, like you look at that back line, you look at what they've got holding together Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva, and that's food. That should be food. And to be honest with you, I expected you lot, for the way, like, what you have going for you, to do a lot better against this team. And I didn't watch the whole game, but from where I watched it, I was just looking at it thinking, like, kind of surprised how shit you lot are. And I mean, you lot have been 14th this year at points. Like, you lot have been very up and down. I wait to get back to 6 for sure. But I do think, don't get me wrong, I do think you lot are always constantly getting hit with injuries and like problems with like your transfers and whatnot. But I did think by this point you'd be further along in this build that you guys are trying to do. And I think, like, today I look at it and I thought you were a lot closer than what you are.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
when we play you, it's long.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think it's because, like, on a real, I think us losing Isak really set our project back. I don't think we were planning on losing him. I think us losing him really, really set back at the plans that we've had. Obviously, we've had injuries, but every team gets injuries. We just needed.
I kind of think, like, obviously using hindsight, at the time it looked like, yeah, you lot were going to hell. But using hindsight, you've replaced him with Voltemade, who's younger. He looks like he's got a bag of potential. You've then also made 70 mil. You've got rid of Callum Wilson, got Johan Wissa. In my head, like, I wouldn't say you necessarily upgraded on what Isak has done for you, but in using hindsight, I don't think you'd go back to Callum Wilson and Isak for Wissa and Voltemade. And you've got a good midfield. You've got Jacob Ramsey now. So if everyone's fit, your team isn't shit. It's just, like, very inconsistent. Like,
I agree. But that's the problem we've had, though. Like, our team's really good on paper, like all the players. But the maddest stat ever that you'll hear is Anthony Gordon has not scored from open play in the Premier League in 2025. The whole of last year, he didn't score from open play in the Prem, which is crazy.
That's mad. When I watch him, it looks like he's doing well for me.
No, he's come out and said this as well. Like, his actual play is really good. He's just, unfortunately, just not had the end product that he normally has.
What was the game you lot played? I feel like it was at Liverpool. You played him up front, and he was playing unbelievable. And then he got
went down to 10 man.
He looked in that time. He looked unbelievable. I was thinking, fucking hell, you lot might have robbed one here.
Yeah, that was the time when we sold Isak, and then we had no striker for the whole of August. And obviously, that was when we bought Wissa at the end of August to be like our main striker. He went away to DR Congo, got injured, and he's only been back for a few games. But he just needs some fitness and to get confidence back.
I don't think he is. I don't think Johan Wissa is the level that Newcastle want to go to.
Or like just compete with Voltemade.
Yeah, the problem is Voltemade is not performing to the level that they thought he's going to be performing. You know, he started the season on fire and then he fell off completely. Voltemade, he fell off completely. Voltemade.
I mean, his goals have definitely gone down.
4 players you have.
Think about it. Can I ask you something? Do you think that Newcastle are in contention for top 5, like against like Liverpool and Chelsea and stuff like this?
Yeah, I think clearly.
It depends. If we buy someone, yeah. The thing is, right, we look like a complete different team when we actually have our back. When we have a stable defense. A stable defense in our team is actually what changes our team. But yeah, when like I said, we've been putting Lewis Miley right back, which is crazy since he's a centre mid. Granted, he's looked good, but
it's a choice. By the way, it's a choice. Again, you have what's his name, the right back, the English right back. I completely forgot about him. Trippier. You chose not to play him.
No, he's only just came back from being injured.
Really?
He's been out injured.
They get beaten up with injuries, to be fair. They do.
Yeah, so this is the issue. There's only one player in our entire backline, including subs, that hasn't been injured this season, and it's Malik Chow. Everyone else has been riddled with injuries.
I do have a question for you because the chat is rattling me, and I have to ask you now. Did you say? Did you say Eddie Howe was better than Arteta? And someone said.
I said
specifically that you said Eddie Howe would have won the league with Arsenal right now.
So what I said right now, Eddie Howe and Arteta is on a similar level because.
Where's my cards? You're off.
Do you know what?
You?
Okay. Explain to me. Explain to why he isn't. What has Arteta won? What's Eddie Howe won?
Oh my god, it's so easy.
FA Cup.
The point? No. Let's strip this back to the basic levels. How long has Eddie Howe been at Newcastle?
Came in 2022.
2022. So that's like a year or two after
2 years exactly. He came mid-season 2022.
So 2 years. Cool. Perfect.
3 years. He has been here 3 years.
He's been over 2 years.
Let's look at what they both picked up. Both relatively shit.
The team that Eddie Howe took over is completely different than the team that is that team didn't win a game. That team didn't win a game on the Steve Bruce. That is different.
Perfect. Let's go.
I'm just putting it out there.
Let's look at, because people also like to get onto Arteta for the slow start. Let's look at your start. Let's look at where you are after 4 years. You currently sit 6 and you're still in hell talking about the same shit you were talking about 2 years ago. We have been at the top level competing in the Champions League for 3 to 4 years now. This is our 4th year competing at the top level. You are still nowhere near it, despite having owners that have all of the money in the world. You've had the best striker in the world at one point. You've gone out and you bought loads of forward players. You've had a better back line than us for majority of that time. We just put together a midfield that's really good, and we just put together even our front line. A lot of people would probably still take your front line. So for me, you can't. There's nothing to say that Eddie Howe is actually better than Arteta. There's no evidence because you haven't even achieved anything that's sustainable yet.
I like what this is going.
Let me explain my whole point about what I said, because it's kind of misquoting what I said. So what I said right now, I do not see Arteta as an elite manager. I said he has the potential to be, because he hasn't won anything. You can't be an elite manager without winning Premier Leagues and Champions League.
Can you define elite?
He's competing at an elite level.
Okay, hold on. I want him to name the elite ones the benchmarks. Who are the elite?
To me, Pep Guardiola, Klopp.
Yes, 100%.
Everyone like that. Jose Mourinho, like I'm on about in their pomp.
Okay, no. Talk about the ones that are on top now. We're not doing Jose Mourinho today. Okay. Let's talk about the tops. Right? I'm going to give you names, and you tell me, is Arteta similar level to these guys? Pep Guardiola? No. Right?
No.
We don't know.
No.
Jurgen Klopp?
They're competing at the same level, though. Like, let's agree there.
No, but they aren't at the same level. I want to know the same level.
Here's what I'll agree. You can say he's not an elite legacy, but he's competing at the top elite.
But let me just, he's not at the same. There's a bracket. I want to just name the bracket. The bracket is Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp.
Yes, but I'm not sure what it'd be like right now. Yeah,
but he's gonna go back to manage. Jurgen Klopp is still no. But Jurgen, okay, hold on. Jurgen Klopp is an available manager. He just took a year out. There's a lot of managers that take a year out.
We don't have the facts on that. So we're gonna.
Jurgen Klopp just finished coaching Liverpool. Don't act like this. Arne Slot. Ash, you can answer. It's okay, Ash. It's fine.
I don't think he's an elite level manager from what he's shown this year. I think what Salah did last year, I think, was just unbelievable. Like, obviously,
you think okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think Arteta's on his level or not?
Yes.
Do you think Arteta?
I put Slot and Arteta on the same level.
Do you think Xabi Alonso is better than Arteta?
Similar level. But
I'm gonna need you. Okay, can you name the managers that? Let's speed this up. Name me the managers that are right now that are better than Arteta, and I need at least 5. Because if you're gonna say he's not elite, you need to name me at least 5.
No. But this is where
Antonio Conte is better than Arteta for you.
Way.
But right, so this is what I'm saying is we're getting mixed up.
Yes.
Elite doesn't just say 5. It's not just 5 standard people. I'm saying elite manager to me is being able is winning the Premier, like say the likes of the Premier League, your domestic cup, and say Champions League. They're elite level managers. I put Arteta below that until I didn't. It doesn't mean he can't prove that. He can win that.
I'm cool with that.
That's why I said if Eddie Howe and Arteta retires right now, and you look back at their careers as a manager 10 years from now, Arteta's got a FA Cup, and Eddie Howe has a Carabao Cup, and what he's done to Bournemouth and the likes of how much he's improved Newcastle, I would say you can't say that they're massively dissimilar.
He never did anything. He never did anything at any of those clubs, though.
That's such
what do you mean, Bournemouth? That he took from.
Because I need 2 minutes. The stream. Graham, Gaz, Ash. Just need 2 minutes.
There's going to be chaos. There will be chaos.
But that's the thing. Like, okay, here's my question. Yeah, because this is how I like to judge people, and people don't like to say it this way, but unfortunately, this is actually the reality. Yeah, if you're gonna say someone is good, it's got to be relative to what's out there. Unfortunately for you, like for example, like Di Stefano, for example, relative to who he played with, he was unbelievable. Same with Pele, Maradona. You go back in time, you're judging those players on what are relative to what is available at the time. So for me, if you're going to judge a player or a manager or whatever you want to do, you have to judge it relative to what's available and what is happening at the time. And you can tell me, and for me, the only way you change that argument is if you say, in the grand scheme of things, Arteta is not a world-class manager. I will accept that because his career's just started. He hasn't proved it at all. I agree with you there completely. But if you're saying, like, you're going on the current pool of managers, I see people say Vincent Kompany. What the fuck has Vincent Kompany done? Arteta went there and gave him a spanking. So for me, like, people will name people that also have done fuck all and in fact got relegated, but people won't want to give Arteta his flowers for getting a club out of hell that's hasn't seen consistency since 2004, and now you're seeing consistency, and not only consistency, respect. The Eddie Howe that I know has, for me, kind of done nothing at Newcastle. And when I say nothing, I don't mean nothing as in like he's just gone there and wasted 4 years. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in terms of things that you look at and think, wow,
he's won the same amount of trophies as
and but for me, if you guys were constantly in the top 4 and you were like constantly in and
since
around
2022, okay, listen. So since January 2022, if you take the points from January 22 to right now, do you know where we are?
I don't know. Educate me.
4th.
But you haven't been finishing there consistently. And I understand.
Yes, we have.
Most times
we've got Champions League twice out the last 3 years. We've got Champions League twice out the last 3 years. Like, yeah, bro, I think you just.
But you've never been around it though. You've never got to like any form of latter stage. You've never. For me,
right? Okay. Do you know what? Do you know how I know you? Do you know how I know you're completely wrong of why I'm saying this? So look, 2 game weeks before the end of last season, and tell me where we are. We're, I think, 2 points off you guys. Where you're in second. I think you guys are seriously just not realizing about how good of a manager Eddie Howe is.
I rate Eddie Howe very high.
But that's exactly what I'm saying is right now I put them on the same level. Like I said, when Eddie Howe when Arteta goes on to potentially win the Premier League or Champions League, then yes, of course he takes a step up. Why do you think everyone wants Eddie Howe, say, in the Manchester United job? Why people want him in the England job? Because he is a very, very good prospect of a manager.
I hear you, but unfortunately, you're in hell and we are prospering. So for me, like, we look like we're about to do, like, people are putting us in categories with the world's top. Some people are even saying we are the best. No one's ever said that.
I agree.
No one's ever said that about
your squad.
If we're talking about momentum and like where things have gotten to, like, I don't think there's I don't think first of all, I think most people underrate Eddie Howe. I don't think he is a rated enough manager. So if you're talking about public perception, I don't think there is a bunch of people that say I want Eddie Howe. Right. I don't think people look at Newcastle and think I want that guy here. Even though if I lost Arteta and we got Eddie Howe, I wouldn't be upset.
Paz, can I explain back to the original question? So the original question was about me saying about Eddie Howe and Arteta. I said if you swap jobs and you put Eddie Howe in the same position for Arsenal with the same squad, I said I reckon he'll be doing the very much, if not the same as how Arteta's doing it. I said I think he would. Arteta is looking like Arsenal's going to win the Premier League this season, and I said I think if Eddie Howe was in the same position with your squad, I think he would also do the same.
Yeah, but he didn't. He hasn't built that. I think in terms of Arsenal, Newcastle, they both had ample chance to kind of build something that they want, and I don't think Newcastle have done a good enough job at that. And Arsenal have done a unbelievable job at that. You
think we've built something? You understand 3 of our main defenders are 34 years old.
So that's squad building.
Exactly, because it doesn't. We can't. What do you mean?
No, but I actually think, Ash, what you're missing, guys, what people are missing about Arteta's job is that to build a team that has a sustainable system like this, to challenge at the top, again, when you play in Europe and you reach a semi-final and a quarter-final of the Champions League, is one of the hardest jobs to do. Challenging Manchester City for years and doing this, building a system that is dominant in the Premier League, being one of the best teams in the Premier League, that is the job that people think that it's easy because Arsenal don't win. Yeah, anyone can get the Arsenal squad and make it that good. Anyone can join Arsenal squad and play with Mazus Kelly at the back and switch between. I think that is what people are missing. People assume because Arsenal are challenging, it's a given that another manager would take Arsenal and be as sustainable as what Arsenal are doing.
Yeah, but even
by the way, same thing goes for Jurgen Klopp, by the way, Paz. Because people assume that Jurgen Klopp's job is easy. Oh, you got Salah and Mane. But Salah was from Roma and Mane was from Southampton. Firmino was a striker that is not a striker. Henderson, Fabinho. People assume that these things are easy to be sustainable at the top, close to the top, is an easy thing to do.
This is the difference. This is the difference between Arteta and Klopp. Because you talk about Klopp when he's up with the Premier League. That's where the CV comes into place. What did he do before he joined Liverpool?
But Arteta wasn't even a manager.
And is that
Arteta wasn't even a manager?
Yeah,
he wasn't even a first team manager.
That's not the issue. That's not again.
I'm not saying that Arteta is similar to is the same resume as Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp reached a Champions League final, probably could have won it against Bayern Munich, won 2 league titles with Dortmund. It's a day and night in terms of like Arteta was still playing football and Jurgen Klopp was managing in the Bundesliga, winning titles.
No, but that's the question. That's the thing when it comes to these debates about the top level managers, the top 5 managers that we're having. It goes it's all good doing all this stuff, but the CV that you have, where you've shown consistency for winning trophies from the last 10 years, says a lot. And that's what a lot of people
are saying. Why is that against Arteta that he wasn't the coach before joining Arsenal? That is not against him.
Wait to not be older. What you need to go tell his mum to birth him earlier.
It's not his fault. It's not Arteta's fault.
Asking his parents to make him sooner.
So then why are we having a conversation? So then we should have a conversation with him.
No, because people
don't have the conversations.
Because when I say that Arteta is a good coach, people say nobody hasn't won anything. Yeah, okay, that's
I'm not
different.
talking. No,
we're not even at. We're not even
completing my argument. What stage did I ever say? Oh, I'm going to take.
No, you. Do you? Ash is claiming that Eddie Howe would have had Arsenal as consistent as Mikel Arteta. But what's an assumption? That's an assumption.
Exactly what I said was because I've said that I think Eddie Howe. If you put Eddie Howe,
you're not lagging, Graham. You're great.
If you put Arteta,
I have to get rid of the gremlins, man.
If you put Eddie Howe in Arsenal's job right now, I said I think he would do the exact same job as what Arteta is.
This is why you can't say that. Yeah, a lot of people say that this manager had Arsenal squad, but you're taking away the whole process as to why I rate Arteta and what we've got going on because he's just built that. It's
Eddie Howe's building what we've got right now, though.
You're taking exactly. He didn't build it. That's why he's above you. He built something better. That's the point I'm making. So over the years that you're,
because he's had more time.
But
Eddie Howe,
we had built something.
But Eddie Howe couldn't take you to challenge for the title and reach a Champions League semi-final.
He built something better than you. You've never challenged. You've never challenged ever, and you've never done that. Eddie
You
Howe
were never in contention to win the Premier League.
What?
You were
Ever?
never in
In
contention
our
to win the
history?
Premier League.
You cannot name me the year in which he challenged for the title.
Are you on about like in our history?
No, under
in-
Eddie Howe, Ash, under Eddie Howe.
Come on, man. Come
We're
on.
talking about
Right.
Eddie Howe.
No, but this is what I'm saying is right. So what you're doing is you're taking the context completely out of it, right? When Arteta
In the
took over
context,
Arsenal,
you're taking it
no, let me speak. When Arteta took over Arsenal, you guys finished 8th in the year before, right? When Eddie Howe took over Newcastle, we were 14 games without winning. We literally took the record of not winning the most games and staying up in the Premier League. We took
that was a fantastic job.
No,
And then the year
but what I'm
after, he
saying
had
is-
players. The year after, he had players, didn't challenge. The year after, he had players, didn't challenge. The year after, he had players, didn't challenge. And now this year, this is
Yes,
4th
we're
year
still
at the
growing.
job.
No, but this is what you're saying is
And
like,
Arteta
we've
is
not
the
been
same.
able-
By the way, Eddie Howe is managing before Arteta.
Facts.
Eddie
Arteta
Howe
has spent
has more
double what Eddie Howe
experience.
has done.
But Eddie Howe has more experience in management than Mikel Arteta. That's a fact.
Well, yes, because he was at Bournemouth and then Burnley, and then he took
So
a
that's
sabbatical.
experience in management, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, there's not even much age difference between the two, you know.
He's a more experienced manager and he's won the same amount. In fact, less because I'd rather FA Cup than a Carabao Cup.
That
But I
we
don't want
had
to go even to the cup because the cup, by the way, I don't measure
That's what he-
managers.
He brought up the cup.
I
thing.
do not
Yeah,
measure managers based on winning a cup because Crystal Palace won a cup, Wigan won a cup. I measure a coach based on building a sustainable system that will keep my team close to the top. I won my manager.
which he has done.
And you haven't done that. You haven't been close to
I
the
won my Ash. I won my manager. Do you go in the season with the ambition of winning the league as a Newcastle fan?
No, yeah, I've said we still cannot do that with how much we can spend for another couple of years. We don't have that. We don't have the ability to.
The
with
only way they
PSR.
can do that if they do a Monaco where they have some massive, incredible youth players. They can't do it at this moment.
the same way Man City did and just get a sponsor who happens to be the same people.
No, but you know how
Well,
that's
that has-
how it works.
You mean that has
You mean get a sponsor?
company-
You mean get a sponsor from a company that hasn't made profit at the time?
Yeah,
that
it has one employee as well.
Yeah.
It's quickly cheat. You know what
Yeah,
we good.
But that's the thing is, I don't want that because I don't want this thing exactly what's happening to City,
And
where you
Paz,
have 115.
Ash, we're missing the big thing. You're gonna get caught for it. You're gonna
Exactly.
get caught.
That's what I just said. 115. That's the
Yeah.
whole reason. Whereas I
gonna
prefer
get
to do this
As far as
organically.
last I checked, they're second in the fucking league still playing. So they haven't been caught for
Well.
it. Now, if you say they're going to get caught, they haven't been caught for it.
Hold on. I'm gonna name you the guys, the players that under Eddie Howe, Newcastle have purchased and their price in euros, right? Alexander Isak, 77 million euros. Nick Voltemara, 75 million euros. Anthony Elanga, 61 million euros. Santos Tonali, 60 million euros. Wissas, 57 million euros. Gordon, 45. Jacob Ramsey, 45 million euros. Harvey Barnes, 44 million euros. Bruno Guimaraes, 44 million euros.
Do you know, so far, half of the people you've listed, half of the people you've said, we bought in the summer that's just happened.
So why
Isak, we sold, but because half the people he's listed couldn't even play. We've had injuries.
But hold on. Do you know why we're not doing the injuries thing? Because Arteta don't get to do that. So Eddie Howe don't get to do that. You bought those players, you have to firm it.
That's not
in
right.
The context of this argument, we aren't allowed to do that because when we
Okay,
when
explain
we
to me.
the youngest team in the league, we were called bottlers. When we got injuries, we were called bottlers. Everything we did, it came with the bottlers. So unfortunately, you're bottlers.
You know why? Guys, you know why Arsenal are labeled bottlers? Because they are second. Do you know if Arsenal under Arteta became third, fourth, fifth, nobody would look at them and say, "Yeah, you're bottlers."
No, they got
fact,
labeled bottlers.
They are a victim of their. By the way, they are victims of their success. Okay, success. They are victims of their success being second. That's why. But someone like Eddie Howe, he gets a leeway coming third or fourth and then coming seventh. Like it's okay. And then the year after you come fifth. And I think because Arsenal are consistently competing at the top, people label them bottlers. It's the same thing for Jurgen Klopp. If Jurgen Klopp was not challenging and getting 92 points and 97 points and all this stuff, people would not say one league title in 9. People would say, yeah, he took Liverpool from... This is what the argument would be.
Yeah, Yeah, but
No,
people don't say that about Brendan.
No,
They
Ram.
say,
Yeah,
No,
they
Ram.
do.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, they
If
do.
Liverpool,
Go and ask.
I'm gonna-
No,
Stop,
go
let
and
me
check
tell
this
you.
chat.
Stop, let
No,
me tell
Mo,
you.
Mo, go and check
Can I
this chat.
finish
You will
that
see
take?
it. You will
Can I
see it.
tell you that? Can I tell you the take? Let me give the take. If Jurgen Klopp took Liverpool from not winning the league title in 30 years, won a Champions League and won the league, one league title, and was hovering in the years that he didn't win the title between fourth, third, fifth, a Champions League semi-final, a Champions League quarter-final. People say, wow, what a great job. You took a club that haven't won in 30 years and you made them win the Champions League, reach a Champions League final, win a league title. But the problem with Jurgen Klopp is the same as Arteta, is that he came second.
You nearly did it.
Exactly that. You are a victim
you're the
of your
loudest
success.
failure. You're the
Yeah,
loudest
but
failure.
the problem, there's a difference, but there's a level because the victim of our sex was 97 points. That's the
Yeah,
that's
but that's
the
the
level.
point. You're
That's
the
the
loudest
level
failure.
that we
You're
had.
you're the loudest failure, Ram.
Oh, Patrick,
And
where
we've
are
been
you?
the loudest
Where were you?
failure for the
Did you
last
go to
3
sleep?
years. So that's why we get
Did you go to bed, Patrick?
Do you know what happened? You actually did not send the link in the group. I clicked somebody's link and joined another stream where I couldn't leave and say
In the
goodbye.
group.
I just
I sent the link in the group. I literally sent the link in the group.
I know, and I went and clicked somebody else's link.
Anyway, okay, no worries. Let me. I'm gonna tell you something about this Arteta thing. Arteta gets a treatment like this because he comes second. I swear to God, if Arteta took Arsenal to fourth and fifth and third, we would not be having the conversation.
Do you know what
I
else
swear,
it is? Because I'm getting sick
that's
and
how
tired
I
of this.
feel.
I'm getting sick and tired of this stupid.
Crash out, Ram. Crash out.
I'm not going to crash out. I'm not going
Crash
to.
out,
Why
crash
it's like this? It's also the reason why they are like this. Why these conversations are like this is because of the certain fan base where they blow
What does the fan base
everything.
has to do with this? What does the fan
Which fan
base
base?
has to
Because
do with
What
this?
are we-
the fan base
What
that the
does
fan
base
base
has
the-
to do with
how
this?
weak.
no
That
the
is
fan
so
base
weak,
the
bro.
fan base dictate what we say because we react to what they say.
Oh, that is
So if
that
they
is
say stupid
horrible.
stuff like Arteta, remember when he first came out, the first thing they say, Arteta is going to be a generational manager. That was the first thing that they came
Most-
up with. In
most
the
No
first
one
couple of
said
years.
saying
that.
Arteta
Oh, no.
People were saying Arteta out.
Patrick, we were there in the trenches.
Oh my
Please,
God, you're talking shit. Most Arsenal fans were saying Arteta out. There was a whole Arteta out movement. What are you talking about?
What after the 22-23 season? That's not
Bro,
what
people
we're
were
talking
saying
about,
Arteta
bro.
out from the first time he came here. What are we talking about?
What we
He only
doing?
just stopped. Bro, there's man that have just stopped being Arteta out this year because they're hoping again. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my
Man have been
days.
Arteta out
Are
from
you,
the
are you
first
telling me? Are
year.
you telling me after you in the Europa League season, people weren't saying that
Ram, when he came
Arteta-
eighth, Ram,
that is
the
famous.
most Arteta
I'm not
out.
talking about. I'm talking about
Ram.
22-23.
No, but Ram,
22-23.
They were Arteta
Ram.
out before that. How about that?
Ram, when they
Oh,
bottled
oh,
top
man.
four to
Ah,
Antonio, when they bottled, guys, let me just, when they bottled top four to Antonio Conte, I was on streams on the football terrace, and people were saying Arteta is not good enough for Arsenal. They need to move on. Arsenal fans that are Arteta in today, they were Arteta out.
Go and look at the clips at the season after when Arteta was getting them challenging when they were like 93% of the season they were first.
And
Everyone was saying majority of these Arsenal fans were saying Arteta is going to be a generational manager. That is what
now
they
they're
categorically
saying this
said.
now.
No, at that first season they challenged, they were
That's
saying
not
this.
the
bro.
majority. That's
But
not the
Ram,
majority of
is
Arsenal fans.
But is Arteta a generational manager? He is a generational manager, isn't he?
Here comes the troll. Here comes the troll.
No, I'm not trolling. I'm being
Here
serious.
comes
He
the troll.
is a
Here comes
generational
the
manager.
troll.
What do you
He
mean?
is a
Here comes
generational
the
manager.
troll. If you think
Okay.
that he said that with his entire heart and with no troll, he's lost his mind.
I have said it with my heart. Arteta is a generational manager.
And explain to
He's
me how
doing
you
well.
think that.
I don't know. It's just rare to find a manager who's doing what he's doing right now. He's top of the Champions League. He's top of the Premier League. Manager of the month multiple times. That's generational.
Nah, I've got trust issues with you, so I ain't even gonna. I'm not even gonna.
He doesn't trust him. Guys, can we get the likes up? Let me do these super chats quickly. Ahmed is saying for the cup tight player rule, I get it. The rule was changed right before this game, but everyone knew the rule changed at the start of the competition.
Why
Because
are you crying?
Yes,
over
it's
that?
wrong.
Yeah, this is. I'm saying that this is my issue. Is if that everyone can understand that it's changed, but it helps the biggest teams because the biggest teams can buy the best players.
Why? You could
Because-
have bought Semenyo. Why?
Of course we can't. What do you mean? Of course we can't. Eddie Howe literally said we can't afford a marquee signing in
No,
January.
are you trolling?
I'm not trolling.
So why would Semenyo go to Newcastle when he rejected the likes of City? Sorry, the likes of United. Before.
Great. So now the question is not about the money, it's about the attraction. Now comes the problem with the attraction. Are you attractive enough? Hear me out. Let me.
No, but exactly, this is the whole point.
Hold on. Arteta in his first season. Okay, let me just give you the example. Arteta in his third season, right, full season, challenge for the title. If that makes you attractive, if the year after he's going for a Semenyo would have chosen it. The reason why big players don't choose, the reason why Isak wanted to leave, because he doesn't trust Newcastle to go and compete for the title, compete for the Champions League. He wants clubs that will actually be able to compete. It's not only about, people actually don't think about it from the success perspective.
No, but Mo, it's all
why
true.
did Semenyo leave Bournemouth to go to City? It's not because of the money, though.
No,
it's
it's the
because he wants to
challenge.
win.
No, that's exactly
Yes.
what I said about Isak as well. But that feeds into the whole issue why the rule's a problem, because it allows them players to go to these teams. That's my whole issue.
So that thing has always been a case since
No,
the
it isn't.
invention
No,
of
it's
football.
never happened in January. No, because if it starts at the start of the
Forget
season,
January. What do you mean? It's not January. What does that mean? Have to do with January? January, summer, it doesn't matter.
Because
you
the cup
in front of a club. So now when you move, you can't play because you can't play for the same competition for two teams. But they changed it this year, is what he said.
Yeah, I get it, and they changed it, and I think it's for the right. It's right. I think it's correct. What do you
I
mean?
don't
You
think
played
so.
for Bournemouth. You got knocked out. You went to another club. By the way,
If that rule got changed on me and we lost because of it, I'd feel a way about it.
but can I tell you something, Paz? Oscar Bob, if he played for City in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, right? If he played for City and City got knocked out, and then he goes to play for Brighton, and he plays, shouldn't Brighton be allowed to play Oscar Bob? Because they spent the money on him.
I
He
hear
should.
you, but like,
So it's not only about the big clubs. Also,
like
also smaller
Juve.
clubs. Also, with all due respect, smaller clubs can go and get players from the top clubs. You can go and get Marmoush. Marmoush is available, right? If Marmoush is available,
this is the whole thing that I'm saying is right. This is the whole debate of what I'm saying that I've had with people as well. Someone the likes of a needle mover, it's already really hard to get good players in January. The best players are going to go to teams because they think they're probably going to win either the Champions League, Premier League, some very good competition. For a club like where we are right now, we're not going to be able to attract someone like Semenyo.
that's your problem, not anybody else's problem.
No, but exactly why it's then that means that it's an unfair rule that's brought in because
don't
it
think it's
moves the
unfair.
needle.
But it's not. But what do you mean it's unfair? We were gonna beat
Because
you
it was-
under Semenyo today. We're still gonna beat you today.
Well, I find that very interesting since we beat you literally at St James's Park not long ago, 2-1.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm saying, but
No,
today
no,
we beat
right.
you. Regardless, Semenyo, we're gonna beat you today.
But I mean, it's interesting you say that because we had the more big chances. You guys only got you technically got 3 goals. 2 of them Semenyo scored. The third one Semenyo created. So okay, so there we go. So the person who's created all the goals or scored them is the person that you actually got an advantage from this rule being changed. And like I've said this, if this was the other way and we got Semenyo and this happened, I would still say that's unfair. I'm saying this, my stance of that, I think it's unfair. I said I think the goal that got ruled out, I thought that was a goal. So I'm trying to come at this from an unbiased point of view. And it's the same with the Arsenal-Chelsea game. If the rule happens the other way as well, I will still think it's unfair.
I want to move on from the rule and just go back to the Arteta. Arteta challenge for the league in his third full season with only 300 million spent. Howe has spent 700 million in expenditure
Yeah,
and
but
cannot even. Let me just. Can I read the super chat, please? And can't even make Champions League consistently. Most managers don't win
And that's
in
a
the
fallacy.
first 5 years.
That's a
Wait, what?
fallacy.
How is
It's
that
all just
how is that a fallacy?
Only
He's
only
made
one season out of the last 3 seasons they haven't made Champions League.
He's made Champions League in the last 2 out of the 3 seasons. And you say,
that is
if you
by
have
the
spent
consistency,
this,
no?
this is the whole thing.
This will
They
be
just
4 years in a row.
established something that we all got wrong. Eddie Howe has joined Newcastle in 2021.
No, he joined November 2021, which is why I said the start of 2022, because it basically.
I'm not having that, because people give Arteta the full year and he joined halfway through the season. So Eddie Howe.
Arteta joined in January of 2020.
You're just chatting shit now. You're just chatting shit now. I swear
People
to
say
God.
he's been for 6 years.
You're just chatting shit. I
About?
swear to God.
I'm chatting shit. You're chatting
Everyone
shit.
writ off that season for Arsenal in 1920.
And he's been he ain't even been here 6 years. He ain't even been here 6 years. A man say 7 years. So unfortunately, you're getting that year.
I'm sorry. No. Everyone written off that season for 1920. Stop it.
Is Eddie Howe. Facts. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Facts. That's what it is. So let's move from there.
This is what we deal with. Like the narrative doesn't work.
No, it's not a narrative. He came. He spent 2 years out of an available. He spent 2 months out of an available 4. That is 2021.
Literally. Do you know what? It actually makes Arteta look better, because a lot of people written off the 1920 season because how much of a mess it was.
That's why they say 7 years. You're chatting shit again. People say it to discredit him. You idiot. What are you talking about?
Do you know?
What are you talking about?
Do you know what? All of this stuff where you're talking about how that season discredits him, and if it doesn't, at the end of the day, it goes back into the point of that your squad was in a completely different position to how when Eddie Howe took over Newcastle.
Horrible.
Like I said, we were 14 games without a win.
I think where Arteta has taken Arsenal.
Why are people on Ram's case in the chat? What did Ram say?
Oh no, because I called someone a melt, because if you actually listen to what I say, when I actually protect Arteta, which the Arsenal fans choose not to listen to, then
okay, let me do that. Let me do the rest of the super chats. What other trophy-less manager can argue for elite status other than Arteta?
No one, because we don't put him in the elite status bracket. I'm sorry.
You don't.
But my man,
you don't.
If you want to put him in the elite status bracket,
hold on. Okay, hold on. Do you put Arteta in elite status, Paz?
Yes, he's competing at the elite level. He's competing at the elite level.
Okay, no, Mo. Okay, if you want to do that, let's
if you
compare
can find us now, he won't go down as an elite manager, but he is in.
Can I actually? I want after I do this, I want all of us to actually say which managers in the world currently would you take over Arteta at your club? Right after I do,
he's a top manager. We can't.
A lot of fans want to talk about how less Arteta has spent compared to Pep or Chelsea, but they never talk about how less Arteta have generated from sales. Arsenal are not a top team in the Premier League in sales since 2019. That's a fact.
About sales, man.
What the hell does that mean? What the hell? What are we talking? What is this? What is this social?
Yeah, you can't sell. You're not very good at negotiating.
For not selling people for a lot.
It's not that. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the difference between Arsenal and the rest of the clubs, because Arsenal don't sell their top players. Let me give you an example. Julian Alvarez at Manchester City came from a 20+ goal season, and Man City decided to sell him. If Arsenal today decide to sell Bukayo Saka, how much do you think Arsenal will get for Bukayo Saka?
190.
Plus, right? Like 190. How much do you think you will get for Declan Rice? How much do you think they will get for Saliba? How much do you think? I need people when they say that Arsenal can't sell. Arsenal aren't actually a selling club. Arsenal don't go and sell their defenders. They don't sell their main players. They sell the players that don't play. So definitely clubs will not pay. Nobody's fucking. And by the way, nobody's paying money for. He paid money for Emil Smith-Rowe, but if Saliba is sold today, 80 million.
Traditionally, also, we were run terribly. We sell people when we have no choice, and we sell shit players. There was no good players to sell for any money, brother. There was no one for Arteta to sell for no money, bro. They're all shit.
Rivals.
Did you let Xhaka go for free, or was it? Did you sell
free?
Again, like we had to get that. These men had to go.
If only you could have renewed that contract in Jan. You could have got
Rivals. You could have renewed Trent's contract. Rivals stand making things up to justify hating on Arsenal Football Club. You can renew. By the way, you can renew Brahima Konate contract today.
Yeah, but we there's an impasse. There's no agreement. The club don't want to.
That means your club is failing to renew it then.
Oh, Xhaka, someone corrected me. Xhaka was sold for 20 million. I didn't know that. I thought the contract was over.
No, he did make money.
I didn't know that. I thought he did leave on a free pass. Am I wrong?
Yeah, hold on. I'm sure we sold him.
You sold him. So Paz is going to check. But Patrick,
we sold him for 20 million.
Which manager would you take over Arteta?
Oh no, hold on. No, I'm trying to shit.
I'm gonna name names. Right?
You mean in 2026?
Today,
Can
Which
I
manager?
do this because I actually need a manager.
Hold on. I wanna. It's not. I don't
This
want.
guy has flipping Pep. I actually need a manager.
I want people to. I don't want the conversation to be taken. Who do you think is a better manager today in world football than Arteta? I'm gonna name the names and let's see. Pep Guardiola, we all agree is better than Mikel Arteta.
Yes.
Arne Slot,
Legacy.
No,
no. Xabi Alonso,
I'd still say yes.
Low key, I'll take Xabi Alonso. Low key, yeah.
you guys think that Xabi Alonso is better than Mikel Arteta today?
That's
You think
70% win rate.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't.
Real Madrid? You don't think that Arteta joining?
Real Madrid.
And do you know? And do you think Arteta can deal with those prima donnas?
Yes.
Nobody can deal with these guys. If Ancelotti couldn't deal with them,
There's your
nobody
answer.
can.
There's your answer.
If Ancelotti cannot deal with them,
No, Paz, you said yes. What happened to Aubameyang and Ozil?
Got them niggas out of there because they're bums. What
And
the
do you
hell?
think
so he's,
Florentino Perez will do
he's
that?
not gonna get Vinny and Mbappe out of there.
Yeah, there we go.
Let me tell you the difference between
There's
Xabi
no
and
logic.
Oh,
No
let me tell
logic.
you the difference.
No
Hold
logic.
on. Oh, hold on. I'm about to give you the logic, bum. He went up to this guy came in
You're
his own
sounding like a bum
Lamborghini, chatting shit, and Arteta said, "Yeah, love for that. Kick rocks." That's the difference. Xabi was like, "Please, Mbappe, please come and clap with the fans." Mbappe told him, "Shut up." He could never tell Arteta, "Shut up."
When the president
difference.
came out openly and said we will back Vinicius and we
That's
want to
because
keep him at the
Xabi's
top
an
for a very
idiot.
long time.
That's not happening to Arteta. He's not an idiot.
So Arteta leaves. Then he's not gonna get
No,
Vinny to do whatever
no.
he wants
No,
to do.
that scenario would
Behave
happen
yourself.
because he's not an
Behave
idiot.
yourself. You're just talking.
And he
nonsense.
also won the Buba and Ozil, by the
Just
way.
chatting for
And
the sake of chatting, bro.
Ozil is
Sometimes
not.
it's best not to speak.
Continue the
Ozil
manager.
is just
Bro.
We're
us.
doing the, can we finish the managers?
So you're saying Ozil, that's not an Arteta scenario, that's a club scenario. Idiot. And he still outlasted both of them. So move on.
Aubameyang.
Let's
Focus on
finish
how
the
was
managers.
not dealing with the people that hate him at his club.
And your club was happy to let go
my
of those
word,
players because the
Patrick,
president
look
of Real
what
Madrid
we
doesn't
have
want to do that.
doing.
Focus on Salah slapping Klopp's hand away. Focus on that one. Tell me about what he's dealt with. Yeah? Tell me about
when the
Mane
guy said
slapping
he's leaving
Klopp's
at the end of the
Tell me
season.
about
When-
Jordan Henderson disrespecting
When the guy said he was leaving at the end of the season.
all your
You're just
managers
chatting shit, man. You're just chatting for the sake. You're just chatting for the sake of chatting.
Now taking bad up. All your managers are idiots. They take bad up. Our managers
You're just chatting for the sake of chatting, bro.
No, it's
And
not.
plus, Jurgen Klopp was already leaving that season. What you on
Klopp-
about?
Klopp got slapped by at least 5 players, bro.
And what happened to them? What happened
They're
to
still at the
Mamadou
club.
Sakho?
They're still at the club.
What happened
Mo
to
Salah
Mamadou?
right now is
No. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the
He's got a
question.
new contract. Sorry.
Answer the question.
Mo Salah got a
Answer the
new deal.
question.
Mo
Answer
Salah
the
got a
damn
new
question.
deal after he slapped
Answer
Klopp.
the damn question.
Yeah.
Pass,
Mo
answer
Salah
the
got
damn
a new
question.
deal after
No,
he
Klopp
answer
was
the question.
never. Klopp
What
wasn't.
happened? No.
He
What happened to
slapped
Mamadou
Klopp and got a
No,
new deal.
I beg, mute his mic. Mute his mic, Mo, because he's
Did
not
that
going to listen.
quick, did that not
Mute
happen?
his mic. Mute his mic.
I'm not lying.
I want to
Hold on.
hear what Ram's question is. Ram,
So what happened to Mamadou Sakho when he fully disrespected the football club and disrespected the manager in his own eyes?
He
And
left.
what happened? And what happened to Mo Salah when he slapped the life out of him? He got 400 bags a week.
He didn't.
What? He
The
slapped
guy-
his hand away. He's now got a new deal. What are we talking about? Mane slapped his hand away.
Wait,
He-
so just after. So just
No,
after. No, because
you're
Mane left.
naming one
Mane left,
scenario
you
of a
fool.
bum
You're being
centre-back.
foolish now. You're being
I
foolish
don't
now.
understand.
You
I
made
don't
one
understand
scenario,
Paz's
I named
argument.
4.
What is your argument, Paz?
So who outlasted? Who
Yeah,
outlasted? Who lasted longer at Liverpool? Mane or Klopp?
Klopp.
Mo Salah. He's who
I'm
who
not
gave
asking
the
about
most.
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah gave the most.
I'm not asking about Mo
Mo
Salah.
Salah gave the most.
Yeah, but you don't have a Muhammad Salah.
By the way,
at
Mo
your
Salah
Arsenal.
apologized the day after to Klopp. Do you want to add that? As
Yeah,
well?
but you don't have a Muhammad Salah at your club, Paz. You don't.
No, the closest
Okay,
thing.
Going back,
Mohamed Salah was-
I think you guys think if Xabi Alonso joined the Premier League, he's gonna take a team to win the title and stuff like this and compete regularly.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think he would if
Yeah.
he joined Liverpool.
100%.
If he joined Liverpool.
If he moved to Liverpool and moved to City, he would do that.
If buts and maybes.
Okay.
Do you-
Okay.
do you know
What
the thing
about
Alonso?
Vincent Company?
Nah, not for me.
We've
Not
seen
yet.
it already.
He ain't won anything yet.
We've seen
Luis Enrique.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
There's no debate. There's no
I
I
debate.
agree with you. Hansi Flick.
There is a
Hansi
debate.
Flick.
Stratosphere.
He hasn't been here.
Hansi-
Of course, I can debate whether we'll do well in the.
Wait,
Depends
are
on
we
the team.
Are we taking these managers over Arteta?
Who?
100, yeah, take it
These
over.
managers.
Yeah,
Luis
if you-
Enrique. I think Luis Enrique is better than Arteta today. I would
He
think
is,
that. today.
levels above. Yeah, he's a level
Hansi
Why
Flick.
did I say levels above though?
above. Yeah, he's
Like,
better.
what's the levels in between?
Forget the level. What's the level? Okay. Hansi
What's the
Flick.
levels in between?
He's better.
Hansi Flick.
Hansi
How?
Flick is better.
Alright.
Oh, 100%
How?
take him.
How? He just got.
By the way, he fits Liverpool better. He fits
His
Liverpool.
philosophy is improving outside of the league.
I mean, yeah, he would fit Liverpool's place.
Bundesliga.
Fair enough. Bundesliga's a medium.
Hey, remember, if you want to talk about first season, in his first season, when he joined halfway through, he won a sextuple.
Who?
Hansi Flick.
Who did he join?
Hansi Flick. His first ever
Who did he join? Who did he join?
First ever managerial job.
No, why not asking my question? Who did he join?
I'm gonna say something about this. For me, there are managers that are like, for me, when I'm watching Barcelona, he won it at Bayern Munich. I'm watching Barcelona today, and I'm with all due respect, and I said it plenty of times. I don't think that Hansi Flick is better than Mikel Arteta.
The high line is really.
I think he plays stupid brand of football.
Liverpool, it works.
Although granted, he did just beat Real Madrid.
Well, if he took
over, by the way, his high line made the game harder for his players. By the way,
if he took it over from Klopp, from Klopp, where they still had that inkling, that DNA inside of them.
It's not about the trophies though, but people keep saying, but Hansi Flick won trophies. You think that if Arteta's managing Lamine Yamal and Rafinha and Lewandowski and have Pedri and De Jong, they wouldn't win trophies?
By the way, Lewandowski
they'll never do it that way around.
By the way, it doesn't matter how you do it. Is if you do it. Like there's multiple ways.
They haven't done
it. All of us, I have eyes. Last year, Newcastle played Barcelona. I swear to God, Newcastle looked like the better team. Eddie Howe looked like the better team on the
bench. Every time I watch Barcelona outside of La Liga,
I have a different theory. Name me one Spanish team that played well in England against any English club.
I'm against any club. Who's a manager in the right frame of mind? Ram, who's a manager in the right frame of mind? Play against Inter, be winning, and push the line still high. Who's a manager that does this shit? Who's that? Bro, if you are going to tell me that Barcelona played against Inter and it wasn't individual brilliance that bailed him out about Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, when Rafinha shooting a bullet from 30 yards out, you're not going to tell me that's coaching style. Coaching style is not. No, I'm sorry. But then, Mo, I can argue. Let me make the next point. No one can tell me that a coaching style, I'm just the next one. No one can tell me a coaching style is asking Lamine Yamal to receive the ball at halfway line and dribble 4 players. Let me tell you what a coaching style is. Maybe a coaching style is putting Salah in a position where he's isolated. Maybe Pep Guardiola having the far post runs from the likes of Semenyo and the likes of Gundogan back in the days. But telling a player that dribbles past 3 players consistently, that's not coaching. That's basically, you literally were dealt the best hand in world football. You were dealt the magician. Asking Yamal, I watched Lamine Yamal last season. No, absolutely not.
We can't discredit him.
I can debate you this. I can debate you. I can debate you.
Discredit Hansi for Yamal. We have to discredit him.
No.
Ram, am I chatting shit? I am talking
to me. Okay, let me tell you. Pep Guardiola, I remember the far post runs from Gundogan's. I remember the far post runs from Raheem Sterling. I remember the tactics on the pitch, and all the ways to get to the goal is not by dribbling past 3-4 players pass. It's literally tactics.
Messi did that 1 billion times.
Don't get me started on the Barcelona team. Okay, we're not going there.
I'm just saying you can't discredit.
I don't want to go to Barcelona. No, I'm gonna say this. Let me put that. I'm gonna be silent after this. I do not judge managers if they have the get out of jail card that dribble past 4 or 5 players. I say that
by that logic, Mo, in his eyes, the best way to get those players on the ball is to win the ball high up the pitch. That's why he plays that stupidly high line.
Lamine Yamal received the ball against Inter when we still had. Ram, we had 9 players behind the ball. 9 players behind the ball. And Lamine Yamal passed everybody. Did you watch the game against Inter?
I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this season. I'm talking about the game that just happened last night. Why did they play that?
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you. To answer you, on last night, Barcelona should have won the game 4-0.
We're not doing this.
But hold on, let me answer you this. Let me answer. Let me answer.
The entire tactics there.
Let me answer. Hansi Flick made the game tougher than what it should be. Barcelona should have schooled Real Madrid if it wasn't for the guy's winning 2-0 and he still pushes his 2 center backs to play in the halfway line. Who's the idiot that does this in football? And he shipped 2 and he made the game harder for. Tell me, even Pep Guardiola doesn't do this. Pep Guardiola doesn't do this, right? You're winning 2-0 and you're still playing the highest of the highest. I'm playing offside trap. But okay, so you got beat once. You get beat twice again. Are you not watching the same games as us? Hansi Flick against Newcastle. They got beat by Elanga. The second play, his players stepped out to the halfway line again for Elanga to be on the right side. Same shit.
I literally answered what he thinks in his head with that Barcelona team. I literally just answered that entire tactic. Why he does it. No, I'm talking to Mo.
Oh.
By the way, and people say that it worked. People say that it worked for Hansi Flick. It didn't work for Hansi Flick because they won the league because Real Madrid were rubbish. And Real Madrid were leading by 7 points and they bottled it last season. And he bottled it in the Champions League against an Inter that got slapped 5-0 against PSG.
But you don't want to talk about Lamine Yamal taking a stupid shot from distance when he didn't need to. When Lewandowski told him to go to the corner flag and hold on to the ball.
But before that, what about before this?
Talk about that.
What about before that?
That was before Cherki scored.
No. What about before this as well? When they kept playing us a high line.
Oh my God, they were chasing
the first game.
They were chasing the game, Mo. You scored after 30 seconds. What are we doing? And they're going to the San Siro, so they had to win the game.
Is Carlo Ancelotti a bottle job as well, by the way? Out of curiosity.
Ancelotti, 100%. Does anybody know that Ancelotti actually, as a league manager, is a failure in his history, right? He had some of the best teams in the history, and he only won 6 league titles.
Yes. In
his managerial career. And does anybody know this, right? I like Ancelotti, right? But has anybody noticed that Ancelotti, during your career, you have managed some of the best teams, and you only won 6 league titles? And he won Champions League. He's fantastic in the Champions League, right? Great man management. Come on, all these leagues he lost. Let me just do continue this. Arsenal fans talk about. We did this one. Oh, we did this one as well. Hamid. So because Arteta is competing in the elite level, in the elite competitions, he's elite. Same players then is Savio elite. Paz, that's for you.
It's elite. Same players then. All right, let's have it right. Okay. There are, for example, Max Dowman, you can't say is elite because he's in a squad that plays at an elite level. However, you're talking about a manager that has built a resume against the elite teams, the elite managers. He's top of every league that he's in. That is performing at an elite level. Factual. If Savio is playing for Man City against the best teams, the best defenders, the best managers, and he is delivering at an elite level, that will be a player delivering at elite level. Now, here's where the difference where most of you people lack comprehension. That is not me telling you that if Savio retires today, he would be an elite player in his legacy. Let's use comprehension. Let's use common sense, please. I shouldn't have to say everything, and I shouldn't have to say every single sentence and cover every base. You should be able to use comprehension and cover those bases. I'm not telling you that if Arteta retires today, he's going down as top 5 managers of all time. All I'm telling you is that his current output is elite. Let's just relax a bit here. God damn. But I feel like
Mike is saying Arsenal, who had no sellable assets when Arteta joined, have less in sales shot. Let's not mention multi-club model. Both clubs run. It is not comparable. He's talking about City and Chelsea, actually. Mike.
When has City ever sold to Girona?
But I don't know. But they loan players.
They very rarely do it.
But I explained why Arsenal don't sell. It's by the way, the answer is in front of people, but people don't want to see it, right? Arsenal don't sell well because Arsenal don't sell their best players. They keep them. They sell the rubbish players. They sell the second players. Like Arsenal kept Zinchenko until he was completely rubbish before selling him. Like they didn't sell Zinchenko when they were challenging for the league. They didn't that is the problem that people.
Clubs, they're not that great. I think we sold Sepp Vandenberg for 25 million. He didn't play a single game.
And they sold Emil Smith Rowe for 35. They sold Emil Smith Rowe after injuries for 35 million.
sold
Van
you
Berg
Oxlade
when he had
Chamberlain,
a
who couldn't
broken
keep his
ankle
kneecaps
and
on for
didn't play a
35 mil
single
too.
professional game for Liverpool.
We sold you Chamberlain, who's had 500 ACLs.
That was your record signing.
Exactly.
Sorry, that was your record sale.
Exactly. So
How long ago was that?
we have never had good players to sell you. We've never had the players to sell you.
Well, we made him a good player because he won
The
a Premier
best
League.
selling club
Name
is
the players that we
Chelsea.
should have sold for 80 mil that we didn't.
Best selling club is Chelsea.
Like, what are we doing?
Nobody better than Chelsea. My point is Chelsea, Liverpool, City sell so well. Hence, they can spend way more than the basic business. The more you generate, the more you spend. So to compare basic spending between two managers is wrong. I hear you, Zayn. I just think that. But Arsenal still spend money, to be honest with you. Arsenal still spend money. About the game tomorrow, guys. We haven't spoken about the game tomorrow. How confident are Arsenal? Patrick, who do you want to face in the final?
It doesn't
Chelsea or
matter,
City?
to be honest.
Shameless.
To be honest with you, it doesn't matter. None of the teams that are left in this right now. Obviously, Newcastle is not coming back at the Etihad. Let's just take
Yes.
that game. I
Okay.
don't
Let's
know
just
why
let's put that to bed. Okay.
for me, it can be Arsenal, it can be Chelsea. Like at this point in time, just give me the trophy. The trophy is mine at this point in time. I'm not really scared of anything. Right now, end up that trophy, give it to me. But if I was being honest, I'd rather face Arsenal because I want to knock them out.
What?
Because
I'd
Chelsea are very dangerous.
rather face City than Newcastle.
Is the humble thing. They want to stay humble, eh? He wants to.
Yeah,
Patrick wants to recreate and stay humble, eh?
I need Haaland to be in. I need to see it. I need us to destroy your North Star, bro. And you see, once Gabriel crumbles at you, and you realize, oh my God, it's just Semenyo and Doku that we have to rely on, and little Philly Foden. Then now your hope will drain out of your little fake 1-1-5 bodies, bro.
Paz, you'd wish that, but Patrick, if you win that, the smoke for Arsenal will be crazy.
Bro, I'm hoping we slap.
The smoke won't be crazy. There's 3 of them. There's 3
You're
men.
not okay. Okay, Ash. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm
Ash,
not going to do this.
Ash,
Listening to everyone here just write us off is just going to make me so.
I'm not writing you
if it happens.
I'm not writing you off.
0%. You have 0% chance of going.
But we're going off the
zero.
most likely outcome, Ash.
0%.
You think Newcastle is coming to the Etihad to do something? No, you're not.
Listen, what we're going to do, we're going to buy
respect,
Erling Haaland
Ash.
from you and then use the cup time rule against you.
0%. Can we put the fries in the bag? Newcastle are not coming back.
It's not
against
0%, Mo.
I believe in
0%.
I don't think it's 0%.
2%.
I don't think it's
0%
it's very low. I think it's very low, but I don't think it's
0.
2%.
Can I actually make it? Newcastle will lose at the Etihad.
Thank you.
That's like that. Yeah, but it's still 2% chance they go through.
Do you know why I think there's a chance that we have a chance? Because City were very close to getting red cards today. That easily could happen, and then the tiger change.
They won't do that. They're on gaff.
Building your hope on someone getting a red card, broski.
Could happen. Hey, that's more than 0%.
That's why I said
Okay,
2%.
Patrick, you really think? Okay, so Patrick, let me rephrase the question to you. Who do you have a better chance of winning against, Arsenal or Chelsea in the final?
I think Arsenal.
This is man. I don't know how.
Let me explain to you. Chelsea are a very complicated cup team. No. Chelsea are a very complicated cup team. They're very difficult to beat in the cups. Arsenal are easy. Okay, let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. No. Let me ask you this straightforward. When was the last time Arsenal won a final?
We're in a final?
Have we been beaten in competitions this year, Pat? Have we been beaten in cup competitions this year?
6 years ago.
Thank you very much.
Don't laugh. You're in hell. Don't laugh. You're literally knockout.
Don't do that. He won a trophy. He's recently won a trophy. Don't do that. Don't laugh. Do not let him put you down.
No.
Do not let him put you down. Do not let him put you down.
I said Eddie Howe and Arteta is on a similar level.
No, we're not. People outside the Newcastle know who Eddie Howe is. He's popular in Newcastle and Bournemouth. Like, let's have it right. You haven't had no European, bro. No, I don't know you nowhere, bro. Let's have it right, bro. Let's have
How
it
many
right.
trophies? How many trophies has Arteta won?
Bro, no one else apart from Newcastle fans even remember you winning that Carabao Cup. I don't think anyone even watched that. Like, let's have it
We
right.
slapped you up. We slapped
No
you
one
up
wants
at
anything else, bro.
and away.
Let's have it right, though. Let's have it right.
2-0.
Let's
2-0
have
at
it right.
yours. The reason why you're saying that is because you
we
don't
just
want
touched
to remember.
We just touched
We
you.
had-
We're
it's
not
like-
in
it's
the
like
same
Arsenal with
league.
Chelsea,
We're not in the same
Arsenal,
league.
Liverpool.
We are not in the same league. Literally.
And then, literally,
We're literally not in the same league.
I think we are.
We are at the top. We are at the top of every competition we're in. Like, let's have it. Like, we're not competing at the same level.
Funny
Come on,
thing
man.
is,
What
Jazz,
are you doing?
I've had deja vu.
Players. Like, come on,
I've
let's
had
have it.
deja vu. Arsenal. I've heard
Cute
Arsenal
players you got.
fans.
It's cute.
I've
It
heard
is.
Arsenal fans say you're top of the Premier League before at Christmas.
Top of the
I've-
Champions League as well. Top of the Champions League as well. Let's have it right.
Okay, so where you are in the Champions League right now doesn't
It does.
translate into you
It beat a
winning
lot
the
of top
final.
teams. I think it's something to take pride of, personally.
no, it's not. Because what
I
good did it do
think-
last
I
season?
think I should be happy that I beat a lot of top teams to be top of the.
Guys, what good did it do last season?
Why are we talking about last season? You just said don't talk about legacy. Now you want to go back because it suits your narrative now.
No, because you're doing the whole.
Now we're talking about last season.
No, because I'm proving how that don't. mean
Patrick was
nothing.
trying to explain his point about why does he want Arsenal to better than Chelsea, but fine.
Wait. I don't
We're in
get
a
it.
different argument as well.
No.
I'm so upset.
More,
When you're in a different argument,
more.
you have to use
More.
different
Best-
context.
Mo, best
Can I
of
ask
history.
people something? This conversation is so good, guys, that none of you have closed your live chat. And we are on 80 likes, having more than 300 people in the house. We are on 80 likes. Can you imagine, guys? Can we get to 200 likes? Hit that like button. It helps the channel, guys. Come on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. This is actually
but more, I don't get it. More, we're looking at the theory of the fact that Chelsea are difficult to beat in the cup games. Am I wrong though?
No, you're wrong. What Chelsea? Is that DNA thing? What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's Maresca's Chelsea. That's Liam Rosenior's Chelsea. We don't have no idea who the Liam Rosenior is.
Yeah.
Big up
Swear to
Liam.
God, man.
Big up
Okay,
Liam.
what have Arsenal done recently? What have they done recently?
We're top of the league. We're top of. I just told you.
no
We're top of every league. You said what have we done recently? We're top of every league.
You don't rate this Arsenal team at all, Patrick. It's just,
You just asked what we've done. I just told you we're top of every league.
I mean, no, but Mo, if you go off this season,
yes.
Man City drew against Arsenal, City lost against Chelsea. So by that logic,
No, hold on.
by that
You want to take in the context.
by that logic,
When I told
by
you,
that logic, Chelsea, they have a tough time with Chelsea.
City
What
didn't
did
lose
happen up?
against City. Didn't lose against Chelsea. He drew.
What happened at home?
They
wait
drew.
to make up a stat.
They
Honestly,
draw. Man, that
They
felt
drew, yeah. They drew.
it was a
They
draw.
didn't win.
superb, bro.
Yeah, Pat.
But
Pat,
also,
I
let me
understand.
tell you, let me tell you that.
I understand.
Let me tell you the difference between. Let me tell you this context to both games. City defended in the lowest blocks of from hell. Man City dominated Chelsea, especially in the first half. So it's completely different context. Like, do you think City could dominate Arsenal like this?
How? You know, they parked the bus against us. Let's concentrate, please.
But the history says that you parked the bus.
Come on, let's lock in, man.
That was
Our recording.
That was before Rodri.
Over the last few years,
Rodri looks stiff though. Rodri looks stiff. Like he turns like a truck.
Looks good still. It's good.
It's good, but you know the legs are gone. The low-key a little bit gone.
Let's just remember, Arteta has been packing in Pep for a while now. Let's have it right.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's just be honest.
You shouldn't want to see us because Pep's got your Arteta's got.
Yeah, but Chelsea have got a new manager bounce tomorrow.
They've already had it.
They already have it, man.
That bounce, bro. There's no air in that ball, bro. There's no air in that ball.
But you know what? To be real, look, both teams are difficult to face in the final. But I think I feel more comfortable that it's either Chelsea or Arsenal. You know, like it's not going to be that difficult for us.
What was the last time Arsenal City faced in a final? What happened?
They lost.
When was that?
Wait, what? Say that again. Sorry.
I was like, when was the last time you faced each other in a final?
I don't think that's gonna make finals though. That's the thing.
Check. No, Pat, go check it. Go check it. Before you open your mouth, go check it, please. Thank you.
I'm not trolling. I'm just genuinely asking. Asking. You know what I mean?
When was the last time Arsenal were in a final? Let's ask that though.
No. When you played you in a final, you specifically.
Wait,
If you wouldn't mind.
let's see. Arsenal last final.
Is the pressure on Arsenal tomorrow or City or Chelsea more?
Nah, we're
Arsenal.
underdogs. We're shit, man. We're bottlers.
Arsenal.
We're shit bottlers.
Your shit bottlers versus the blue £1 billion bottle jobs.
Yeah, but they're elite with all them like world class players. So hopefully we can like.
See, this is Mo. This is why I wouldn't have a proper conversation with Paz, because he's not even taking it seriously, bro. He don't even respect your question.
Serious.
He don't even respect your question. He's not even
I've never
answering
taken
it.
Chelsea serious.
What are we doing here?
I've never taken Chelsea serious. From when you lot told me I need to respect them, I didn't respect them then. When they were second, smelling blood, they didn't respect them then. I don't respect them now. I don't.
Nah. I respect. You have to respect them when you're playing.
Hold on. Have I not been consistent?
No, but we did say when they play against the big teams, they do like to turn up.
Yeah, way to turn up and win 1-1.
10 men tax.
Yeah, way to win 1-1.
10 men tax. 10 men
If
tax.
that's your turn up, again, that's why I'm good, bro.
What time is the game? What time is this game?
Same game, same time, 8 p.m. UK time.
Tell me about these big teams that they performed against this year, if you wouldn't mind.
PSG, Barcelona, Liverpool.
PSG?
That's last season. PSG's last season.
That's postseason, man. We can't
It's
count
in the
that.
summer. Yeah.
Can't count
That's not this season.
Postseason. That's this season.
City, they performed against City. They performed against Liverpool this season. They performed against you this season.
Draw. The only big team they've beat is Barcelona. So these turning up that you lot are talking about is draws, and they beat Liverpool when they're in hell.
You think that Arsenal will go tomorrow to the Stamford Bridge and maybe grab a win and come back?
They got slapped by Bayern Munich, who he slapped. They got slapped by Man U. I mean, like these performances everyone's talking about, like which ones?
But you're not answering. He says it's Arsenal going to go to Stamford Bridge and win.
Do you even have to ask me that? Of course, I'm going to
flex.
I'm
You're confident.
Hold on. Do you think I'm at the? Hold on. Have we not been? How many of these panels have we done, Rambellini? How many of these have we done? You should already know what I'm going to say. Have some shame. Have some shame and memory, bro. Like, let's have it right.
Shame memory.
Like, come on, brother. Let's put them both together, bro. Like,
You mean decorum, not memory, decorum.
but no, memory, because you're forgetting who I am.
Oh, but it's
Don't try to correct me. Decorum you will never have. So I will never ask you to have that.
Go on. What are you saying? The score's going to be?
Bro, we're going to get a result.
Yeah, no. Go and put the number.
Put the line on that result.
It's going to be a good win. My prediction will be, in fact, let me look at what they've put out recently.
Oh, there we go.
Look at the lineup when they lost to Fulham, that massive club that they turned up for.
Isn't Caicedo is back, isn't it? Caicedo is back.
No, he's out.
No, he's
back. He's
No,
back.
he's not
I
playing
think.
against us.
Guys, he's suspended for
He's
the
not playing
game.
He's not playing against us.
Well, his red card would have been done by now. No,
Yeah.
he got the 2 yellows would have been done by now. No.
I can't remember the reason why he's not, but I heard. Anyway, even if he does play, it doesn't change my prediction. Again, like I look at their team, and like I said from the first time, I'm not afraid. The only way we don't get a result is if we take the piss. Like I think it's all about us. It's not for me. It's not about what they do, because I'm not afraid of what they do. I'm not afraid of what Liam, bruv. I'm not afraid of what Liam is going to come and do, bro.
What's wrong with Liam?
I'm still not hearing the score.
He says all this, but doesn't give a scoreline.
Yeah, I'm still not hearing.
Hold on. Can I not think? My monologue is me thinking as well.
Oh.
I'm gonna say no. I don't respect Liam. Because like you like to say, it's TV. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine if you lose.
I'm gonna say a nice little 2-0, man. I think we're gonna get a nice little 2-0 out of them, man. I think we'll go to Stamford Bridge and give them Tories a quick chatting. You know what I mean?
We'll see how it goes tomorrow. The game is just less than 24 hours. But listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us today. It was a fun stream. Big up Ash for joining us, of course. Hard luck today. You have 0% chance of going to the Wembley again.
2%.
After today, 0% chance. Congratulations, Patrick. Congratulations, Patrick. Semenyo and Doko Light in the World Cup.
Thank you.
Who do you play, Ram, in the semi-final? The game tomorrow.
Hilarious.
We
threw the cup, remember?
Wait. Where's Liverpool in all this? Wait. Where's Liverpool in all this? Why
I swear to God, Arne Slot say stuff in the media that if Pep, Arteta, anybody say there will be absolutely videos about them. The guy said, I'm so glad we got knocked out of the cup because that's why we have less games.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he also said he wishes he had Jacob Murphy at the club.
My manager's retired, bro. What are you on about?
Oh, your manager's retired. Okay.
Pass the creator in the description as well. The Ram Stan, True City fans, and Ash Newcastle, of course. I will see you guys tomorrow. Big up Jamie Phillips in the chat. Appreciate you, Jamie. I will see you guys. This will take you to Flawless, and you can actually type Judge Mo Raid in the chat for Flawless. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out of here, people.